Hi, everybody. I am so happy to have Karin today from Germany. She's a wonderful Shiatsu practitioner, teacher, and she has so much information to share with us. Please, Karin, please share with us. Please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, Kumiko. Thank you for having me. And it's
Sure.
wonderful that we have this connection now between the two continents.
Yes.
So, yeah, my name is Karin, and my complete name is Karin Kalbantner-Wernicke, and I live here in a little village between Wiesbaden and Frankfurt in the Rhine-Main area. And we are running here the Therapeutikum Rhein-Main, which is a clinic specialized on babies and children. And also we are teaching here Shiatsu and Shin.
Great. So how long have you been teaching? How did you start? How did you discover Shiatsu? When did you start?
I started with Shiatsu middle of 70s, so it's really a long time ago. And it's very interesting because I come from South Germany, from a quite little village there. But since I'm a child, I was fascinated about Japan. I was fascinated about Japanese gardens, Japanese buildings, Japanese culture. And I don't know why, because, in this place, in this little village in South Germany, there was nothing with Japan, but I really was so fascinated. And then at those days, I did a training as a physical therapist. And this was not what I expected, At this time, physical therapy was very mechanical. It was into 1 through 2 like this. And then I said, I remembered there was something about Japan, and then I researched and I heard about Shiatsu. And then I thought, well, let's go to Japan and have a look.
Wow.
So I went to Japan, middle of 70s.
Wow.
And yeah, and since then I'm fascinated about the culture, about Japan. Wow. Normally, I'm so lucky that normally once a year, always in autumn, I have to stay in Japan. But now since 2 years, we couldn't because of the pandemic. Now we plan to fly. Normally we are in autumn, but now we plan to fly now in May. But just now they canceled our flight because of the political situation. And they said, well, earliest in October, we will get new flights. So we will see.
Yes, we will see. Hopefully peace will come soon.
Yeah.
So Karin, why did you like the Japanese culture? What did you like it?
I don't know. I remember that, as a child, I had a book from somewhere. I got a book about Japan. And when I saw then at those days, those gardens and buildings, somehow I felt so touched. So I really can't say exactly why. But then, this was like a dream. One day I go to Japan.
So did you sit in a Zen garden to meditate in Kyoto?
Yeah, but I never forget. It was about middle of 70s, and then I came from Narita. This was when Narita was pretty new, the airport. I came in with the bus to Tokyo, and there were no Japanese gardens and none of those Japanese buildings I expected to see. So somehow it was, in the beginning, it was like a culture shock because it looked so different than in my dreams. Yeah, but
because everything was bombed and Tokyo was all destroyed, and we have to rebuild. So you have to go to the different towns, right?
Yes. Yeah. But then, since we mostly stay in Kyoto, of course. In Kyoto, you find those wonderful buildings and parks and gardens, and it's wonderful.
That's so nice. How did you start your Shiatsu?
My first start, my foundation, I got with Namikoshi Sensei in Tokyo. And then I was very, very lucky. Then I met Imai Sensei. So he's not anymore living, it's so long ago. He was running a clinic in Tokyo, which was called Kurhaus, in katakana written, Kurhaus. And then after I did my training, I worked there in the clinic. And this is when I got fascinated about children, about meridian development, about movement and posture and the connection to meridians. So this is where really the work I'm doing today had its roots. And this was my beginning. And from there, then, since we are going every year to Japan, now we have a lot of connections and teachers we are going to meeting. We are working together with some universities about research. So
wonderful.
Yeah, a lot of connection. But this was really the start of those days with Shiatsu, and since then I'm doing it Shiatsu, and I'm still fascinated.
Wow. So what did you fascinating about it?
You know, since I'm so interested about development, so about baby and children development, and how to say in English, how we become the personality are, you know, and our special posture and everything. This was so fascinating. And when you work with the baby and children, and you can see how much support we can give with Shiatsu to children and the family, this is so impressive. And we are doing a lot of those school projects. We call it the samurai program. So in the school, the children, they are working with each other, and when you can see what big difference it makes.
Well, what's the difference? The children,
you know, for example, yeah, for example, with the school program, with the samurai program, the children, they really do in the sitting position.
Yes.
And you know, we pretend to be little samurais students. We do, of course, with konnichiwa and ohayo gozaimasu. And you know, many babies since 10 or 15 years are not laying anymore on their belly because of the sudden infant death. And because they are not laying on the belly, the meridians on the back side, which are responsible for being upright, they are not developing anymore in this way. So if you go now in a public school and grammar school, you see the typical position from those 8 or 9-year-old. It's like this.
I know.
And this results that very often, because of this pressure, they get school headache. They have problems to be upright. And they have so much problems to be upright, they can't concentrate because they need all the energy, you know, for being upright.
Oh, it doesn't go to the brain.
Yeah, and this is, you know, like the bladder meridian, small intestine, which is important for this. And this is not really mature. And with this treatment, when the students do these treatments to each other, even a few minutes, you know, this really support that this meridian are developing. And then when they can sit upright, then it's much easier again for them to concentrate in school. It has a big influence on behavior.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, and this is what fascinates me and interests me.
And all the children becomes more friendlier. They can talk to each other.
Yeah. You know, because especially we do like we have this little story about Koko and Hanako, which are 2 samurai kids. We are showing the pictures for that. And then, of course, you know, they have to ask each other, may I touch you? They have to say thank you afterwards. So this is, they're really learning there about respect and, you know, how to deal with each other, about the boundaries of each other.
To respect each other.
Yeah, and because, you know, we are in this samurai position, so they behave different. It's very interesting. Yeah, they're so fascinated. So here in Germany, the children, they're very fascinated about this samurai tradition because, yeah, we have the ninja turtles and all those things here too. So yeah, this is great.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. And please tell us your educational background. You've been studying so much.
Yeah, so originally I studied physical therapy, and then but this was not what I was really looking for. But then I studied Shiatsu, and then with the Shiatsu I came into this topic of meridian development, of the tradition, how in old days the Japanese culture looked at the personality of children, because the Japanese way is very different to the Chinese way. How they treated children, how they looked at children. This is very fascinating. And then when I came back and when I started to work with this, then I did some training for physical therapy for babies and children here, you know, to explain what we are doing, because that something is accepted here in Western medicine. You need, of course, also a Western explanation.
Yes.
So when we work now with the baby and the children Shiatsu, so we explain it on one hand from the meridian developmental point of view, but also from the Western point of view. So, you know, because this really is so close connected.
Yes.
And this gives you such a broader picture on behavior and development. So somehow I feel the meridian development is like a missing link to explain what we are missing here in the Western developmental topics, you know, why a child is behaving like this and how we can support it.
So do you also teach to the parents?
Yes.
Yes.
So we are teaching, of course, to Shiatsu practitioner, to therapists, to teachers, and to parents. And this, you know, this helps the parents to understand what their children really need and how they can support it.
Right. And yeah, parents can see without listening, without hearing their voice. Sometimes children doesn't want to say to the parents, but we need to understand what they're struggling, what they're thinking. And Shiatsu can see without hearing much.
Yeah, because to touch is the language without words.
Right.
And this is how then parents and children, or especially, so my heart is for the babies. The babies really, you know, they can get in a much deeper connection and understanding. And this is just wonderful.
Yeah. Also, I heard you are teaching trauma therapy.
Not so much what we are doing now, because so in Germany now many refugees from the Ukraine are coming.
Yes.
And so a lot of traumatized children are here now, and we are waiting just every day for a Ukrainian family to stay with us here. And so my husband, he's a pediatrician, and my husband, he's teaching Shonishin, the Japanese children, special acupuncture for children without, you know, needling. It's more on the surface. And he's teaching since many years also to doctors. And so we are, as a group, we are starting now with the Shiatsu and the Shonishin to offer in the refugee camp here treatment for children, it's a difficult English word, traumatized children, really to help to support. So this is, you know, because our Japanese colleagues, they did a lot of work in this way when this happened in Fukushima.
Yes, that was,
we supported them at this time. Now they are supporting us with all the experience from after the earthquake with the traumatized children. So these routines, they started at that time.
I see.
We are going now to offer it here. And yeah, let's see what's happening.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, we like to help as many people as possible.
Yes.
Simple Shiatsu healing hands can help many.
Yes. And so our idea is, that we start here with a small project and see how it works and how it's accepted. And then, ask a lot of colleagues if maybe they start with the experience we made here with these routines, if they maybe start in their area to offer some volunteer work for those refugees.
Yes, we can do it too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I think with our special kind of touch, we can offer so much and give you support. And we don't need words.
That's right. There's some languages barrier, but hands are universal.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wonderful, Karen. Thank you. Thank you for doing such a great work with your husband and with your team. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Karen, please tell us, what are you going to share next month? I'm so looking forward to your presentation at the Global Shiatsu Gathering.
So I want to do a little bit theory, but mostly I really want to do practical work. So it would be wonderful if those who want to share or read with us in this time, if they have a little doll or a little animal, so that we can do some practice. So I would love to explain a little bit the topic about meridian development and how this development really supports a healthy development for the babies, and learn some little techniques and tricks what you can recommend then to parents. So this is my plan, and answer a lot of questions.
Okay, but it doesn't need to be a parent, right?
No.
Can come.
No,
grandparents.
Yeah. So
yes.
The practitioner can explain it to parents if they're, I'll get some ideas what they can do.
Yeah, wonderful. And sisters can work on the little sister.
Yeah.
And anybody, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Karen. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Please. And thank you for sharing the work.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
So I want to thank you very much, Kumiko, from the Global Shiatsu community, to invite me for this workshop on the 16th of April. In this workshop, I want to explain you about the meridian development, how we see it, and how you can use it for babies and children. Therefore, since we want to do a lot of practical, it would be great if you have a little doll or some kind of toy we can practice on. I'm looking forward to meet you, and I'm very happy to share my work then. Thank you.